Welcome back to my playthrough of Half-Life 2 with MMod on the hard difficulty play with Half-Life 2 update. We're doing all chapters with a clean start, and this is Canal. And we got him.
They're looking for you now. You'd better run. There's nothing else you can do here.
Alright. If you want to go back to that area with the health charger, you can feel free to do so, but you don't have to if you don't take too much damage from this encounter. Because this guy drops a little health pickup for you. Kind of like a stim pack. Anyways, let's break out the pea shooter. I'm going to use the mouse 3 just to show it off. And look, we killed the guy from the chapter thumbnail. At least I think that's him. Anyways, this mouse 3 function is kind of like aim down sight. A very, very light version of it. Like, not an actual aim down sight. It's just a little focusing. Gives you a little, like, semi-depth of field vignette effect going on. And you, like, have a little closer view of anybody in your way. Anyways, let's get rid of these guys. The explosive barrels. Oh, yeah. If that ain't enough, some more guys will come in. So we're going to use more explosive barrels on them. And when all else fails, you can use more conventional shots on them. And there we go. We're breaking into here. We're going to destroy the scanner before it blinds us. And if you grab the stuff here, you'll get your first actual, like, non-essential progress to the Lambda Locator achievement. The first one was in a red letter day, which I didn't mention because it's basically unavoidable. And I'm going to count all the Lambda caches of secrets. So we might as well get those out of the way, right? Anyways, over here, we're going to use more explosives to our benefit. And here's a little supply crate that you can pick up if you want to get some more supplies. Usually the supply crates are randomized based on whatever you need at that point. So it's not entirely randomized, but it'll vary on playthrough to playthrough most of the time. Just a little bit. Yeah, anyways, let's get rid of these guys. I like to use the metal sheets as cover, because we don't have any explosive barrels to deal with them. We're going to kill the more conventional way. Our trusty sidearm. You can aim for their head if you want. It'll get them down faster. It does have some protection against 9mm bullets, but it's only so much that they can take, these helmets of theirs. That's why I don't wear no helmet. Again, it doesn't like perfect your accuracy, it just gives you a little clearer view of what you're shooting at times. Anyways, let's just go into here, get this other Lambda cache, and some more ammo, and break out, and check out that HDR effect. That's part of the Half-Life 2 update, like mod we're using on top of MMod. Or should I say rather below MMod? It's layers of mods on top of each other. Anyways, down we go into this area. We're gonna shoot this explosive barrel, get away from this one, and immediately to your right, shoot this one, and you can get that guy out of the way. Once you head around here, a Metro Cop will try to follow you, but we're gonna use this barrel to move that barrel and get him out of the way, or at least just soften him up a little bit. Anyways, right around here, another cop will emerge. You want to get him out of the way. Grab whatever you can from them. And we're just going to wait for some of these guys to come on over because I want to get some more ammo. If you take any damage from this whole encounter, you can use this charging station. We'll probably be back here in a little bit. But once we go up and about here, We'll have to watch out because some more Metro cops are coming our way. So let's get out of here. And usually, given a few seconds, they'll probably be here. Now the nice thing about the shields, you might be able to shoot through some of them. Like that. I know I'm reloading like a maniac because this reloads faster than the Glock in Half-Life 1. So it compensates it for this by being a little bit weaker. So I might as well have as much ammo as I can use at a time to deal with these guys, right? Anyways, here's another bit of supplies. And I'm gonna grab some more ammo. Well, let's not linger too long because by the time we go around here, we'll hear another train coming in. Let's just make a splash and make our way through the canals. It's a bit messy, but that's why we got the hazard suit. If you want, you can even break some of the props here. But when all is said and done, we're going to go into this little tram.
Good God.
Oh.
Guess those sirens are for you, huh? Good thing you found us. You're not the first to come through here by
This is the Freeman. The Combine's reckoning has come.
Look,
Huh?
we're just a lookout for the Underground Railroad. Main station's right around the corner. They'll get you started on the right foot. Meanwhile, let my Vortigaunt friend here give you a jolt to get you going.
Vortigaunt. This is where they officially get that species name. In Half-Life 1, they were just referred to as alien slaves, but in this game, they're Vortigaunts and their allies.
Be careful now. We really can't afford to get noticed. Civil protection catches you down here, it's bad news for the whole railroad.
We serve the same mission.
And they learn to communicate a bit better. It's very nice. Anyways, let's go. What we want to do now is break all this stuff until this finally gives and breaks the rest of them. And once we go around this corner, we'll be introduced to the barnacle. Now here's some proof that the pistol is weaker, or maybe the enemies are stronger. 10 shots to down a barnacle as opposed to the Glock's 4 in Half-Life 1. Very interesting. That's not good. On the plus side, you can still headshot enemies like the Metro Cops in 3 shots.
Hey, over here! Help!
If you can hit them. Anyways, let's not get hit by going right in here real quick. Fight this fella. And mosey into this spot.
Station 12, come in. Station 12, do you read?
Well, what we're gonna have to do, we're gonna shoot this real quick
Surgical strike units are targeting railway stations. Repeat.
to blow up the enemies at this gun placement. Now we're gonna use the mounted gun placement, and we're gonna just shoot everything. You can keep some of these things here if you want to have the enemies get blown up. Like you can use it right there if you want. And also destroy this. Just like that. I'm gonna blow this up real quick. Just to disorient this APC. But there's that flying effect I was talking about. we're gonna have to get out of here because the APC is firing at us. Now, if you want, you can dismount that emplacement gun, but I usually like to keep this where it is. And also, I'm gonna show you that even though the crowbar is like around with the stun baton, I still like to use it. You can use either one actually, but this is how I like to deal with barnacles, as opposed to just shooting them with the USP. Because it just takes one hit as opposed to like 10 shots from the USP. Anyways, while you're around here, you probably wanted to make sure you got this little landing cache. And if you took any damage from the other areas, there's health back there if you need it. But I think we're good to go. I think we have enough health and suit charge to deal with the next sections. So let's just go enjoy the HDR provided by Half-Life 2 update, and...
Over here! Keep going, friend. That station was raided, but there's others up ahead. I'm gonna stay here in case any others come through. Gotta keep the railway alive.
If you say so. Mm-hmm. Roger this. I spooked them. Well, that's not the last we'll be seeing of them. Just you wait. Once we go around here. They blow this up. And even when you try to shoot that, you still have to wait. Because of this one. Let's hide from this mess. Usually staying in the water, like at the bottom, will keep you safe from it. And here are the other two guys. Let's get rid of them. There we go. We got them. So, let's mosey on over into this area. And deal with these guys. I'm going to blow up this explosive barrel. And deal with this spell the more conventional way. We're going to move over here. And I'm just going to toss this right here for you, buddy. As for these three, blow this up. And you'll deal with all three of these guys. And get quite an explosive mess going on right there. After that's all settled, we're going to mosey on over into this part. Now this guy that drops down, we're going to deal with the one on the right first. And then the one on the left. There we go. Now we'll be introduced to an area full of barnacles. And I'm going to deal with these two, the more conventional crowbar style. Well, this one wants to use this barrel. He'll reel it up, but ultimately not eat it. But you can use that kind of behavior to an advantage. Because look, there are a lot of barnacles here. We're going to toss this down. One of them will grab it, shoot it twice, give it a few seconds, and that's how you go barnacle bowling. You can do the same for here to deal with the rest, or at least most of these guys. Anyways, here's our old pal, the hobo model in the whole RP servers, or more recently, the real body model. This model after one, it doesn't actually use it, but it's like very close to the actual photo they put in. Anyways, let's blow up some barrels. And potentially some silver protection officers. And hopefully not ourselves in the process. Right? I think so. Usually they'll blow up this area, which will allow you to get up here a little bit easier. provided I don't lock onto the ladder. The old source engine ladder. Oh. Let's just get out of here, though. And deal with the rest of these guys. Preferably in an explosive style. There we go. And these fiery barrels still come at you, even though you get rid of most of these guys. Oh well. Let's go do some cinder block puzzles. So, we're using that source engine physics to its fullest extent with things like this. So there's like a total of 9 cinder blocks you can use. If you want to put all of them on, you can feel free to do so. It's not mandatory, but it just makes sure that you have enough to counterweight yourself. Usually 6 will do the trick, but in case you want to use more, again, there's like 9 around here, at the very least. Probably another one, maybe a few more. But the ones you can most immediately find are these 9. Anyways, let's just mosey on into this part. And look at that. It's a gunship. And it used the power of physics to blow that one can away. And we're going to use the power of leg physics to get the heck out of here. Now if you're quick, you can use this metal sheet as cover. While I'm at it, I'll use the gun and get rid of this fella. And of course, the scanner gets me. You can also use the barrels to a more limited effect, but you just want to get them out of the way. And when you're done with that, you can go into here and get some more stuff from this lambda cache. And another one. So there's a few health pickups here if you took a lot of damage from that health chopper. Well, I guess it is a chopper of health, so it chops your health away. But we're going to use this explosive barrel to deal with these fellas. And there's another opportunity to use some against these guys, but I'm going to save this barrel for these fellas, because there are 3 here, which I'll use this one on. And the rest of these guys, there's quite a few of them right here. I'll use this explosive barrel on. Now I'm going to deal with these guys in a more manual sort of way. And let's get rid of this one with the crowbar. There we go. That should be everything in this area. So let's go to the next one. Let's run. There's some more health and ammo in this part. And here's another loading screen. At least here I can flex my SSD. Thank goodness it's not 2004 anymore. Sometimes it'd take minutes for that to happen. Anyways, destroying all those explosive barrels, getting in here.
Protection is onto us. We're tearing up the railroad, covering our tracks. Looks like you're gonna be the last one through. Be glad you're not the guy they're looking for. Poor bastard doesn't stand a chance. Sounds like they're calling in every CP unit in City 17. Now they're flooding the areas up ahead with manhacks. You better get going before they sweep through here. Oh shit! Too late!
Well, here are the manhacks. And we can deal with them with our trusty crowbar attack. In this game, we only need one, because it's pretty strong.
That was a close call. Thanks for your help. It isn't safe here. I'll give you some supplies to keep going, and you really gotta go.
Well, I kind of broke one of the ways we can get some extra supplies, but let's just deal with that in a creative source engine style. Power of piling will help us. And in some cases, a little sprint jump. Sprint crouch jump. That's how we can get this stuff. Otherwise, if you don't break that, you can use it as a little bridge. Or, you know, use a ladder. I'll waste your time with that. Anyways. Alright, let's go. Well, if you couldn't make that jump, then you would have to get up that way. At least the other platform. Anyways, let's crowbar the rest of these things. And if you need any more supplies, there's some right here. Let's just carry on, shall we? And shoot that barrel twice. Mine this area. Mine the steam. And we should be about ready to go. Here's another little area where you can get some extra supplies. I'll use that for the pistol ammo. And now we can go around this part. Oh, he saw me. So it means we have to deal with more manhacks. So let's use our trusty crowbar to deal with them. Three hits will usually be what it takes. Sometimes you'll stun the manhacks faster or slower than you usually would. You want to be careful to see which manhacks you stunned because their recovery time can be a bit faster than others at points. Anyways, breaking all this stuff, we can go around here and let's go for a little trip in this vent. Now this has a manhack in it and it might sting you a little bit if it gets anywhere close to you. Unless you're quick with the crowbar. Even then, it shouldn't sting you too bad. And if it does, then that's not that big of a deal because we have supplies here. And at the very least, it'll give you more things to shoot enemies with. If you're not already at full ammo like me. Anyways, we're going to use this explosive barrel to get rid of this Metro Cop right here. And down we go into this area. And that's the first Metro caught with a submachine gun. There are more right here. I'm going to toss this explosive barrel right here and go into this little tunnel. All while listening to this track that kind of stuck with me when I first think about Half-Life 2. So here's our trusty MP7. It has grenades, as you can see by the lower right. But if you look, there's no grenade launcher. Yeah, anyways. That's whatever. Or somehow, this guy moved it. Or something. Either way, let's just get out of here. Yeah, this track kind of stuck with me with the little wailing sound and the phased drums. It's a very interesting track and very minimal at the same time, too. Something about Kelly Bailey's music that kind of sticks with you. It's like very minimal, but yet it's hard to forget. At least for me. Oh! Hold on a second. I'm dealing with a barnacle here. There's a time and place for everything. And this time involves me dealing with these guys with my trusty MP7 I got now. If you aren't too quick on the draw, these guys will fire a Manhack your way. So you want to watch out for that. But when all is said and done, you can get some more supplies. And when you're done with that, you can climb up this little orange area. This little orange pipe. I'm going to toss a barrel up here. Just to blow these fellas up. Mind the steam again. And you should be alright. Mind the flames too. If you want to avoid going into certain areas, you can just pick up the item that you're interested in. Anyways, right around here, we're going to break everything. Drop down right around the spot and take a right into the area with the... Well, I'll just call him the Dark RP Hobo. When you're done with that, you can make your way down here. And then up. Make sure your gun is ready, because we're going to need it to shoot these. Yeah. They're trying to lower explosive barrels your way, but if you're quick on the draw, you can blow them up just like that. Like with the pistol, you can also use the little kinda iron sight thing, even though this has a laser sight. So it actually kind of make a bit more sense, but you know, this isn't a modern shooter, even though it's got like sprint and stuff. Okay, it kind of is, but at the same time, it's from 2004 at this point. All the little mechanics, like the proper ADS, weren't particularly used too much back in the day. So even the little, like, zoom we have is somewhat heretical. Well, not entirely, because we still have the zoom effect from the actual thing, like the actual vanilla game. And originally, it was going to be used in a way where you could actually shoot at enemies with that. You can see, like, gameplay footage from back then when they, like, were going to implement that. But Half-Life 2's development cycle was quite the arduous one. Then again, a lot of Valve games have that arduous development cycle. Well, Half-Life 2's in particular was especially the case. Anyways, some more supplies in this area. Very useful to have. And down here, we're just going to drop down in this area. And you might see a lot of manhacks, but we're just going to blow all this stuff up. A bit of a stinger, but I like to do it anyway. Sometimes hiding in that spot will allow you to take less damage than what I just took, but usually depends on which barrel you shoot and how you're moving in this part. Usually hiding in here will protect you from the absolute worst of it either way. But in order to get out from this part now, you can use the ladder. And you can check down here. There's nothing down here, at least not yet. But you want to use this ladder either way to get up here. And you just land on it like that. Look, there's another Manhack coming your way. I'm using the USP just to show you how freaking tough these things are. But there's something we can do while we're up and about here. I'm gonna grab one of these barrels. And I'm gonna toss it up here real quick. I could have just went up through this way, but this is fine. There we go. Alright. So I'm gonna try lay it right on a perfect spot. And I blew it. Well, you can kind of see what I'm trying to do here. Well, let's try that again, because you can see what I'm going for. And I blew it again. Sort of. But again, not really. Because of this. I think. Yeah. Now let's see. You want to put it in a spot where it won't roll. And ideally, that involves you having to position it like upright and uptight. Now, if need be, you can probably just use yourself as a way to straighten it up. Get that good old source wiggling and jiggling about. And there we go. That took forever. But your reward is a battery. Wasn't this all worth it? Just a little bit of battery. Just a little bit of juice. What's wrong with a little extra juice? Well, falling that way doesn't hurt you that much, if at all. We're going to avoid the steam again. Might frazzle the hair a little bit at best, but that's fine. Boy, this one, a bit easier to do. And now we can go down into this area. And let's drop down right around this spot. Break this, grab some health if we need it. And spinning the valve will raise the water levels. If you want, you can move these around if you want them to come up with you. But odds are you'll probably be at full health, or you might have grabbed them all already. Either way, once you've spun that valve, all these will come up. All the hacks will come out, try to get you. But they kind of line up, depending on where you're positioned. Again, 3 hits is all you really need to get rid of each and every one of them. And now, we can go down here for realsies. Because we're going to go into this little tunnel that was otherwise inaccessible. Surface up, get some air, and just take a little breather. Now, if you want, you can shoot these. Or you could go down and break them with your crowbar. I'm going to shoot them, because the game gives you the option to. You might as well use that USP for something, right? Anyways, the reason why you want to do that is so that you can raise at least one of these little doohickeys to cross into this area. Alright, so here comes another loading screen. And up we go, right around here. Yep. I reckon we go right around this part. We got a little early introduction to the zombie. And more MP5 Metro Cops. Or MP7, sorry. These guys will particularly sting you. Especially since you're a little low on suit power. So we're just gonna finish these guys off. Grab some more supplies. Avoid looking at this thing. And let's get rid of it. You bastard. At least it's sometimes nice enough to give you some suit power. Anyways. This part of the tunnel here doesn't really give you anything. Well, we'll be back to this like other little part. But going a little bit further than that won't really give you anything. Going around here. Well, I think if you're a Weisenheimer, you can toss a grenade up here, and you might kill some enemy that's here. I don't know if they're even there in Half-Life 2 update or MMod, but there's like a Combine soldier up there for some reason. If you toss a grenade just right, you'll kill him. But you don't have to do that. Probably not supposed to be there. Probably. Anyways, over here is another supply crate. And a barnacle. Actually, two of them. Once you dealt with them, you can go up and around here, grab some more supplies, and carefully wander around this little spot. It uses props to like make its way here, so just be careful around them. You want to go here so you can grab some supplies and one of the last lambda caches. The actual last one in this chapter should be right around here. Just take a left, go up this pipe, and you'll see it. And look, it's the hobo again. So hopefully that should be every spot that you can find one. Find this fella.
Hey, you're Freeman, aren't you? We got word you were coming. You got here at a bad time.
Black Mesa East to Station 6. Do you read? Dr. Freeman is on his way downriver. Lend him the airboat and give him all the help you can. Repeat, Gordon Freeman has returned. It is critical he reaches Black Mesa East.
Better get going now.
Alright. If you need any ammo for your MP7, you can grab it there. It basically fills up the whole thing. But when we go into this area, we might have been introduced to the zombie earlier in the little secret canal area. But here, we're introduced to more proper head crabs. We'll just get rid of them like that immediately. But even then, there's still some head crabs around here. And in this spot, I put that fella out of his misery. As for the others, though, they weren't so fortunate. Well, I'm gonna say the ones that got down from the shelling here were the lucky ones. Because these fellas weren't so lucky. And look at the zombies. They learned some new tricks. They can toss things at you if they're in the way. And if you get hit by them, it'll deal quite a bit of damage. Well, the nice thing about these head crabs in Half-Life 2, your basic crowbar swing can down them in one hit. Not so much for when they're on a zombie, but enough when they're on their own. Anyways, here's some supplies. You want to watch out for the like size of the little like area here, because it's a bit shocking to say the least. Anyways, crossing this little part. Watch out for the zombie that tries to attack you, like immediately, emerging from the radioactive waste. The zombies are a bit durable when it comes to the hazard of this environment such as these. And, of course they would be with all those mutations. Anyways. Let's meet this lady.
Hey, Dr. Freeman. I've been hoping you'd show up. Got this airboat all gassed up and ready to go. It's gonna be tough dodging civil protection out there in the open, but drive hard and you'll make it. You'll find more help up at Station 7. Just a few bends up the river. It's the old red barn. Climb on in. Fire her up.
Alright. Let's get it going.
You better get going now.
Alright, I'm going. You can get accustomed to the little airboat right here. Just drive it around a bit. This part kind of serves as like a little practice course for you to get accustomed to its controls and its momentum and other stuff like that. But the place you want to go after you like practice enough is around here. When you break this crate, you'll see a head crab's here. And I say no to head crabs and their existence. So let's just spin this valve all the way. Now we can go back to the airboat and ride it into the next chapter. And with that, we are done with Root Canal. So I hope it wasn't as painful for you this time around. Wasn't for me. Sometimes you get used to it. Dental puns. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video where we go into Water Hazard. But until then, we'll drive on into the waste.